Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you have 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught! Touchdown!
Timeout, SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit, throw. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding.
Makes it look so routine.
Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore!
Is it Brandon? Giannis says no! Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside! At both ends!
Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday first. 1 and 2 on stream in the NBA, and then I did have a late ad that missed. So 1 and 3 overall for me yesterday. And we'll get into it, man. If you look at all of the leans we had from stream yesterday, this is that list. Well, the bottom 3 are 3 leans for today, but the top 3 are the top. There's 14 up there. We played 12 of them. We went 1 and 1 on those, and we cashed every single lean from yesterday. John Collins, I was just waiting to see if that line would bump. I should have bet it. Wendell Carter, same thing. I wanted 1 more point, didn't bet it, should have bet it. Paul George RAs with the minute limit cashed. AJ Green finished with 3 cash. Suggs RAs cash. Franz PAs under cash. Okongwu 3s cashed. He had 3. Zubac double-double. That was a parlay piece, but it cashed nonetheless. Nall's points over cash. Maxi's points over cash. Cole Anthony assists over cash. So, a lot of good reads yesterday. However, on the officials, we only went 1 for 3. I have vowed to be more aggressive today. If I think there's a good edge, I'm going to run it. That being said, I have 3 plays out already today. I'll add them to the banner. I went Pascal Siakam under 10.5 RAs, Andrew Nembhard under 9.5 RAs, and Jared Allen under 23.5 PRs. I'll get into each one of those a little more as we get to the games, but I'll add them to the banner now so anyone here can get them before they possibly move. Andrew Nembhard. Oh, let me let those scroll across the bottom, save, and okay. 3 plays out so far for today. I do imagine we have quite a few more. It's an NBA Cup slate. I believe there's 9 or 11 games today. Let me double check that. Let me get the odds screen up on this screen. Keep in mind, NBA Cup games, don't bet any unders with the expectation of a blowout. If you're going to bet an under, expect that they're going to play 36, 38 minutes, and you still like the under. That being said, there's four games that are like very much blowout potential. We've got Cavs Pacers. Obviously, Cavs should be able to, run away with that lead. The deeper we get into the Cup too, you'll have to see which teams are already out of the cup standings, and those teams it won't matter. Teams that have already secured the number 1 seed. The deeper into the cup we get, the more we'll pay attention to those things. Nets versus Celtics. Nets are 15 point dogs. That is in Boston. We've got Wizards Raptors. Wizards are 14.5 point dogs on the road. And then we've got OKC versus the Jazz, the last major blowout. John, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. DeClown Brown, I think I'm saying that right. Appreciate you for tapping in as well. Zion under 1.5 threes might be a nice lay piece at Fanatics. Absolutely, we'll get into that when we get into that game. So first, we'll go through the injury news in Cleveland versus Indianapolis. Merrill out, Tyson questionable, Struss still out, Garland and Allen are both questionable. Toppin still out, Jackson's out, Jones out, Naismith is still out. Honestly, not a lot of new question marks here other than Garland may be out tonight and Allen may be out tonight as well. Yes, 100% agree. I didn't reference that earlier. All the 3 unders I took, I'm comfortable with them playing 36 minutes and cashing these unders. I'm not baking any kind of nonsense. Oh, this could be a blowout unders at all. These are just incorrect lines. And even if these guys play 36 minutes, I like these unders. But great call out there by Allison. Yes, it is a cup game, so don't bet anything. He's only playing 25 minutes. Don't do it. Don't handicap any of that tonight. So Jared Allen, I took the under 23.5 PRs. It was a fairly available line this morning. Still definitely a couple of books at it. I'd go get it while it's hot. You can see under in 4 straight. Even in like competitive games, Allen's not running more than 30 minutes. So also keep that in mind. I ran his PRs under and I made it. The site is up, by the way. 13, 20, 20.4. I make it 20.4, was able to lay under 23.5. 22.5 is probably still okay, but anything beyond that, I would probably stay away from. Hey, if you're just now tapping in, man, drop a like, drop a retweet, help me grow the brand, help me grow the page. Let me give my shout outs here real quick. Definitely got some of y'all tapped in. I appreciate all the regulars, man. I got the YouTube and the Twitch links down below. I know sometimes Twitter's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Shout outs to my guy, Zachary Carr, Rolling Rico, Night Fox, Brett, Props.cash. Appreciate all y'all for the likes and the retweets. Appreciate y'all for tapping in on the daily. You should under announcements, John. I'll just post it there one more time. I'll post it there one more time. It's under the announcements, John. You can just check it out there. Easy. If the link doesn't work, just type it in, and you'll have to go to the NBA for projections. All right, Jared Allen PR is under. We ran it. Now, Isaiah Jackson. (26) and then 16 minutes the game before. Going to have nothing official there. Darius Garland, keep in mind he is questionable. Has played 3 games, only 19 in his last outing. Hasn't played in 11 days. They're coming off a 1 day's rest. Okay. Yeah, but keep in mind Garland hasn't played in like 11 days. The last thing I saw on Twitter was that he was going to try to go. M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Has anyone seen any new news on Darius Garland? I'm going to go to Underdog NBA real quick just to make sure. Last I saw was questionable for him and Allen. Yeah, and then Jalen Tyson as well. That's the last I'm seeing. Yo, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in, brother. Appreciate you tapping in. Darius Garland, I'm going to have no real opinions here. His minutes were trending up, and then he got injured again, missed 11 days. I honestly think if he plays, it's going to be in the mid-20s, even with it being a cup game. So just keep that in mind with Darius Garland. I'm not going to invest any coin there. TJ McConnell looks like he's filling out his role. I thought he'd be closer to 20 minutes on the regular. It doesn't seem like that's where he's going to be. So appreciate the like and the retweet. If y'all aren't, make sure you're following him. He's a winner now. But, yeah, make sure you're giving my boy a follow. Yeah, he's solidified his role. I thought the minutes would be a little higher, but it looks like they might be static where they are. Let's go look at my numbers for Mobley. Points under, rebounds under, but we have the Jared Allen questionable. I'm a lot more comfortable backing Allen, who's questionable, than Mobley, because if Allen goes, I'm going to be there's going to be a massive adjustment here to Mobley, right? So going to stay off of that for specifically that reason. We'll move on to Pascal Siakam and see where I come in here. 20, I'm right at market with points. You could say I slightly lean over. I'm at 24.6. The market's between 23 and 24.5. For his rebounds, I'm at about 5.5. And for his assists, I'm at 3.86. The market's split between 3.5 and 4.5 there. So looking through Pascal Siakam, slight lean over to his points, slight lean under to the RAs, but I'm not going to get to the window on any of those. All right, moving on from Pascal. Jarris Walker, we did just cash his PRs under last game, but we played 16.5. Like, look how far that line has moved. I don't know why we got it at the price we did. It might have been injury related. I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, we played the 16.5. Obviously, that line's moved too far. No opinions there. Dean Wade, how long has he been back? I know he missed a handful of games. Okay, he's been back. Was it to begin the season? I could have swore he missed a handful of games. He's played 15. No, I could have swore Dean Wade missed a game or two, but I'm tripping. Unless he maybe missed exactly one. Anyways, this season, averaging 5.4, under and 4 the last 5. Let's go see without Allen. 5 and 11. Minutes were up in each of those. Obviously, most of the games have been without Garland. Might get a bump without Allen. Why no Lonzo props? Probably because they want to know what Garland's role is first. If I had to guess, if I were hanging the line, I'd probably want to know what was Garland's status beforehand. All right, we've got a 20.5 basically everywhere but DraftKings and MGM. For Benny, I'm probably running Benny. It's not as good of a matchup, obviously, as the last game, but volume. Let's go look at the volume. 5 attempts was a slow night. He got 34 minutes, too, so there's no real injury minutes limit to be worried about. Only 13 field goal attempts. Felt like he had more, to be honest. I guess I don't know what he did after he cashed, to be honest. I think I turned that game off. Jarris Walker was – that same game we played, Jarris Walker's under 16.5 PRs. I make this line 24. Got one of my wife's hairs on my hat. He has not done us wrong. The problem is they're very good versus pick and roll ball handlers. But Benny can get it in a lot of ways. He can be a spot up guy. He can be a transition guy. He can get to the cup. I just feel like 20 is too low. I do. 20.5. This is almost painted at this point. And give this a refresh. Volume will be there. And then Pascal was still kind of like your first line of defense. Look, these are two very good. OKC, I mean, keep in mind Halliburton was there drawing the attention, setting him up for better positions. I understand all that. While the usage may be up, you're getting set into quality shots less often. I mean, I understand that. Model says 24. This season, 36, 26, 25, and 24. The 36 was versus OKC. Now, that was double overtime. I only remember that because we lost a bet there. Rubber Band Rah, appreciate the like and the retweet. Mom Who Bets, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Damn, boys, am I running this? Come on now. Model says it. Matchup's going to be tough. I mean, who do we think it is? Is it Donovan Mitchell? I mean, I don't think it's Hunter, and I don't think it's Garland, so it's Donovan Mitchell. Good defender, not like he's the best defender in the world, just a good defender. Super sub minutes, and then the one game he did get run, he scored 27. That's late season. Something's telling me. Oh, no, that's playoffs. Yeah, that's playoffs. I think I'm running it, dog. Yeah, I know that it's a very good pick and roll ball handler defense. Hey, bro, you know what? I'm going to just wait on this. I hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot. Last time I played this, it dropped from 21.5 to 19.5. It opened 21.5 this morning. It's currently dropping. We're going to need a favor from ETR or Unabated, I think. One of the big projection set companies. Do us a favor and mark that under for me so I can get the 20 plus. Benny Mathurin, I'm putting a star back to it. I'm coming back to it. But I want 20 plus. But I do love his overs today in this matchup. I think the cup helps him stay in a competitive landscape. Or an in-competitive landscape, I should say. Donovan Mitchell's interesting as well. He should get maybe some extra minutes, even though I think they're going to walk all over him. Mid versus pick and roll ball handlers. I mean, it's a defense that tries a lot, tries hard, does not allow anything from above the break. But outside of that, kind of mediocre in every other statistic you can imagine. I do believe Garland's going today. This is a really, 25 minutes. I don't think we're getting that because of the cup. My model makes it 28.81 though, so that helps me say, fuck it, I'm moving on. There's no edge there, so I'm cool. I'm cool on that. Let me talk about his rebounds and assists though, because I see a slight rebound edge over and a slight assist edge under. Pacers allow a good bit of boards. And then the price is nasty on the under. So, okay, I'm cool on that. Lean over rebounds, under assists, probably under threes too, because they're really good from above the break. I'm at 3.65, so really actually no edge there either. Moving on from Donovan, man, I think it's just efficient lines today. I think it's just – that's pricey too. Andrew Nembhard, let's go see without Naismith. Kind of been a little underwhelming, I think, from what people thought. Just kind of staying right with market. I've got no opinions here. Could expect a little bit of a usage bump, but I like Benny a lot better. Yeah, that's going to do it for this game. I think we had – what do we have so far? We've got Jared Allen's under, Nembhard's under. Oh, yeah, Nembhard. Let me go ahead and just talk about his RAs under. So my projections for Nembhard's RAs are just about 8, and we were able to lay, what was it, 9.5? Yeah. Projections are about 8. He was able to we were able to lay 9.5. Again, there's no blowout worked into this. It's just simply he's going to play his full minutes and he's going to go under. And then what else did we have? We talked about Allen's PRs, Pascal's RAs under as well. 10.5. I think that's the same line I was laying. And then I make it about 9, just over 9. But again, I think it's similar. Gets his full minutes and just goes under in his full minutes. I will say I am with me betting the Pascal's unders. I'm hopeful Allen does play because while I'm still betting Allen's PRs, just something bigger to deal with underneath inside the paint while you're trying to rebound the ball. So while I'm still on Allen's PRs under, I do think him playing will help our Pascal PRs or RA under. All right, moving on to Washington versus Toronto. Another disgusting game in terms of spread. Quickly, we'll go through the model and see what edges we see. So first things first, Keyshawn George overs. I know he just cooked in his last game. And Toronto, I think, has a pretty good pick and roll defense. I can check that in my model. So Toronto, 11th in points, 8th in assists, 17th in boards, 4th in threes. Pick and roll ball handlers, 9th. So not crazy, but not awful. They do struggle versus rollmen and in the post. Not so interested in Alexander. I want Keyshawn George. $16, 29, and 23 in his last 3. 6, 9, 5, and 7 in his last 4 games for assists. Need Scotty to go off. Looking for BIPR overs. Okay, we'll look at both of them. I did go through Scotty this morning. I want to say I did lean over his RAs, but I want to say my points were right with market. And we'll confirm that, but I think that's what I saw this morning. The site will be coming full scale soon too. So I appreciate y'all that be tapping in and being patient. I'll have my projections out for everyone real soon. If you haven't already, man, drop a like, drop a retweet. I appreciate y'all that have. Marie, I appreciate you. I think I got everybody else shouted out. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the retweets. Hey, man, I got to just say this. I know y'all are just, you're here for the bets, but I got to say, man, the volume's been, or not the volume, the engagement's been crazy. I appreciate y'all with tapping in. I mean, I can just tell the viewership's always been in the not always, but it's been in the thousands regularly. But the comments, the discussions that we're having on the daily, I definitely appreciate y'all that have been tapping in. All the questions lead to better conversation, so I do appreciate all the suggestions. Back to Keyshawn George. I lean over, but I'm worried. Let me look into this one just a little bit more. They're really good from above the break as well. It's not a good matchup. I do lean over. I'm looking for good matchup plus model projections. It's not a good matchup. What did I say about rebounds and assists allowed? 8th in assists, but 17th in boards. Sarr is questionable or out? Questionable or out? Because, yes, good call, but I think it's possible Alexander Sarr plays today. But if y'all have something that have you seen he's out or even doubtful, please shoot it to me because I haven't seen that. I just have questionable. If you see doubtful or if you're tapped in, let me know. George under PRA. Let's go see. So I lean over George. Oh, Keontae. You talking about Keontae or Keyshawn? I guess Utah does play today, right? Yeah, that's the later game. I'm going to leave Keyshawn George points over as a lean. It's not a good matchup, but I do have some model projections that lean that way. I've got him at 6 boards and 6 assists as well. I'm just going to have to wait and see the injury news on this. Would lean over each of those individually, but I'm going to have to wait and see what the injury news is in this Washington game first. Jakob Poeltl. This might be like a dream matchup. I lean under rebounds, but I definitely lean over his points here. Definitely lean over his points here. Minutes are up, right? Been staying out of foul trouble. This feels light to me. This one feels light to me. I am at 15, over 15. We get a 3.5 line versus a team that struggles versus everything. Would I rather play an 11.5 or 12.5? Sure, but at 13.5, I still think there's value. 10 plus in LA is free. Definitely leaning over total. Marcus, appreciate you tapping in. Haley Marie, appreciate you tapping in. Everything I've played so far is down there at the bottom. Got 3 out so far. Three out, and I will be betting Benedict Mathurin overs most likely. I just think I'm getting 20 plus there. It's kind of crazy. I'm sitting here hoping that Unabated and Establish the Run, the 2 most respected projection sets in the industry, I'm praying they open against me so I can bet my overs versus them. I mean, I'm crushing this year, but kind of cocky, if I'm not going to lie to y'all. Just like, oh, yeah, they're the 2 best. Please release against me so I can bet versus you. Like, CJ McCollum, 3s. Nah, nothing there. Bub Carrington. Yeah, bro, I do the same thing. At least it makes sense with those 2. I be mixing up Maxey and Emmanuel Quickly all the time for just no reason. Just no reason. I don't know. Speaking of Quickly, let's get to Quickly. What are my projections? I want to say my projections are over, but I don't think the matchup's great. Toronto, Emmanuel Quickly, 16.92. No, the line's 17.5. Actually lean under. Not betting an under versus the Wizards, though. I don't think there's no blowout potentials here. So you can't pay me. The blowout potential's there. It's Cup. You can't pay me to bet an under versus this team. Cannot pay me. I think Brandon Ingram could go for a season high. Someone asked about a Brandon Ingram overs. I projected at 22, so I only projected a little bit over. But looking at the matchup, understanding it's a Cup game, and then thinking about the volume, like who's to say? I have Brandon Ingram projected right now at about 16 field goal attempts. Matchup like this, who's to say he doesn't have 20 or 21? And then, I mean, you get to 21, now you're talking about 25 plus. Send me some of that shit. I like the Brandon Ingram beat points over specifically. I think he's in a great volume spot today for field goal attempts. I think he's in a great spot for volume today, more so than Scotty. The problem here for me is, I don't know. I think it'll be fairly even, but I really like the matchup for Ingram, Barrett, and Quickly. Now, I will say I think my model likes Barrett the most. No, it's Ingram. If I had to bet one of these overs, it would be Ingram. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. If I had to bet an over here, it would be Ingram. I also lean over Jakob Podol's. That's what I mean. I like a lot of the Toronto side. It's hard. This is it's a special game because you get a nasty, shitty blowout paired with the Cup. Hard to spot. I'm a move. I got nothing on here. That Cleveland game, shit stood out to me. Here, not so much. All right, moving on to Brooklyn versus Boston. These 2 teams actually just played each other. And if you remember last stream, now we didn't bet it, but we talked about Noah Clowney overs at this same exact number. It barely cashed, but it cashed. I still lean over. Let me get my model numbers up for Brooklyn. Noah Clowney points. I'm at 13.85. He scored 13 in the last one. How many threes? I think he had 3 threes. Yeah, but we have to get 2+ or 3+. If it were 2+ minus something, I'd be minus like 130, 140. It'd be off market. It'd be wrong. Brooklyn. Why am I not seeing Brooklyn? Brooklyn. Brooklyn is just a funny team. Number 5 versus pick and roll ball handlers. 2 versus Rollman. 7 versus spot up. Well, I'm the 3rd fewest in the restricted. Like, they are a solid defense. I lean over Noah Clowney. Nicholas Claxton. I do lean over Claxton as well. He only had 7 in that last game. I've got him projected for about 14.5 here. Market's at 12.5. It does look like it's coming up, though, so keep that in mind. NBA underdog news. D'Angelo Russell downgraded to questionable for today. That's all I have. Yep, that's all I have. Yeah, lean over Claxton. Nothing official. I think Sharp missed the last game. Looks like he's back. I do believe Sharp missed the last game. I could be wrong, though. Wait, this will tell me. No, he played and he crushed. I do believe he was questionable, though. Probably why Claxton went under. Peyton Pritchard, 17.5, 24, 30, and 22 in his last 2. Kind of some duds right before that. Also, this is going to be, I think, an awful matchup, but he did just have 22. Spot up, not pick and roll. What were his threes? 30th versus spot up, 2nd versus pick and roll ball handlers. Oh, that was 3-point made. My fault. I'm trying to see attempted. I'm trying to see 3-point attempted. He just had, what did we say, 10 or 12 in the last matchup? I mean, I think he's had 8+ in 3 straight, 10, 13, and 12. I do think we see similar volume. The 3.5+ money, I don't know if I'm a big fan of. I think the way I would go is if I had to bet this, I'd go 17.5. But I do lean over his threes as well. Honestly, the under 5.5 assists at minus 160, I think, is a fair straight line as well. I like Pritchard. I like Pritchard a lot. I think what I'll do is I'll either have him in some kind of points or threes lay. I like him for 3+ threes the most. I think the spot up opportunities are going to be there. Now, if you say profit, if he hits 3 threes, do you think he's scoring 18 points? Yeah, and if he hits 4 threes, I'm very, very confident he does. So I don't know. I'm going to leave this as a lean right now, but I am feeling the overs on Peyton Pritchard. Jordan Walsh, last time I bet him, he sold me on the most, like, I don't even want to talk about it. So he's banned. I really don't even ban people, but I ban fucking nobodies. He's banned. JB, I mean, he just had 29 in the last matchup. How many threes did he have in that one? 3. What was the volume like? He had 7 attempts. Yeah, I love that. You got to expect the blitz tonight, though. For sure, the blitz versus JB. Only 4 assists, 9 potentials. Nothing elevated in his potential assists. If anything, it was just his threes got more volume. Where do I project his threes? Now, I'm under on his threes, but I'm at 28 points. Small lean over to the points, not quite enough for me to get there on Jaylen Brown. Assists, I lean under, and rebounds, I lean over. I just don't like the under with the blitz potential, man. I mean, if he has 10 attempts, like he could easily get 10 potentials, I should say. So nothing official on Jaylen Brown. This is where I think I gotta go. Like, first of all, before stream, there were plenty of 22s in the market. 22.5 DK, Fanatics, Pinnacle, Bookmaker, MGM, Caesars, Hard Rock, Rivers. I mean, your only 23 is FanDuel. Man, volume. 8 threes in the last game. 16 field goal attempts in the last game. 33 minutes in the last game. And this is all literally versus the exact same team, just so we're clear. That's why I keep referencing the last game. Brooklyn lost by 14. Their starter still ran 34 minutes. Now you're getting a cup game. Do I think volume goes down? No. Do I think minutes go down? No. Listen, I mean, when I bet a player's over, you want to know who I want? I want a player like Michael Porter Jr. I mean, that man, if he were playing 2K, he'd forget X existed. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I'm running it. 22.5 DK, I think, is the best number. I got a 122 at DK. I've got a 120 at Caesars. I've got a 113 at Rivers. All of them are cool, though. My number, 25 and some change. 26. Like, he just had 25 versus them. I'm cool with it. Cool with it. Let me get that out now. Good. Love it. Oh, yeah. Let me add that to the banner. Banners. Bam. Bam. Save. Go. All right. That is my fourth play for today. Simons could be very interesting. Last matchup, he only had 11 points. He got 26 minutes, only 3 attempts. Versus the blitz, it makes sense. I don't know what I didn't really watch this game. I should have went back and watched, but really underperformed in the last game. Probably going to stay off of it. Derek White, I believe the model leaned under PRAs, but let me confirm that. Sorry, Derek White leaned over PRAs, but he went under, I think, all in the last matchup. I don't like the matchup for him, so I'm going to leave that as a lean as well. Just the one official right there in that game, Michael Porter Jr. over 22.5 points. Moving on to Miami versus Chicago. I think Chicago is coming off that big win, game winner by Vooch, right? Was that their last game? Injury news. Smith, Jones, Kobe White could be back today. All 3 of those are game time decisions. Flowers is a game time decisions. Wiggins is out. Hero is out. Jovic is out. And then obviously Rozier. Bam Adebayo, 20.5. Wiggins is now out as well. I don't think Bam's the spot to attack. Will they start Khalil Ware and Bam? Who will be the starting lineup today? Should be Bam, Fontecchio, Pallel Larson, Norman Powell, and Davion Mitchell. My model leans over everything, Buzelis. I just don't. He's been so hit or miss this year, dog. Like, we'll go over it, but he has not been a coin respecter for me. I'll tell you that right now. Season averages for Giddey. Let's go Giddey projections. Miami Heat versus Chicago Bulls. All right, Josh Giddey, I've got him projected at 20.66 points. I've got him projected at 9.5 rebounds and 9.5 assists. I have him projected at 10.24 rebounds and 11 assists. I was reading the lines to you. It's 9.5 on each. Lean over RAs, no opinion on the points. We talk about the Miami pace. 250 is a fucking atrocious price. I guess when you consider the lines, though, there's maybe some correlation with the rebounds and the assists. Still, though, I mean, you're laying a 110. I mean, you should be at, I don't know. It's close to right because what's his 10 plus points? Like minus 1,000, 2,500. Okay, so there's really no 256. All right. Yeah. Actually, it might be fair, to be honest with you. Maybe there's a little bit of negative correlation with the assist. No, there's no negative correlation with 10 points and 10 assists. To be under his points and over his assists, maybe. But yeah, no. I should say over his points and over the assists. Anyways, I digress. I think Giddey triple-double is worth some value, to be honest. If this were like a plus 400, I'd probably run it as a full unit, walking myself through that, or at least at minimum to win a unit. At 266, in my head, okay, that's probably right at fair. Right at fair. Right at fair. Anything below that, I mean, you can argue correlation, like maybe these are right at fair, 240. So yeah, I think this is probably a fair price. So it's not a bad price. I think it's fair. That being said, you know what? If you can build that with a boost or something too, like if you can throw a 20% boost on that, 25% boost, now you really could start talking about there being some value there. Individually, if I had to run anything, it'd probably be RAs over, and that would really be it. Look, this is going to be a fast-paced game. I could definitely get behind a Davion Mitchell like PA over. Not going to say I'm making it official. It looks efficient, but maybe a live line. If I can get a 5+ or a 6+ here, maybe he doesn't score in the first 4 minutes and you can lay a 10+ or a 9+. I think there might be some value on Davion Mitchell's overs. Just not quite where I want it to be. Look, I have just struggled with Buzelis this year, dog. Like, I've probably only bet him 3 or 4 times. I feel like every time I've bet him, not only have I missed, it's been bad. I can't remember the matchup. We bet him over 14.5, closes 16.5. Bro don't even get 10. It was one of those 2 games. And there's been another time or two where my reads on Buzelis have not been correct. I'll give you my model projections because I know they're all over. Points, 16.26. Really nice edge to the over. Rebounds, 6.9. Great edge to the over. Assists, 1.58, right with market. So, like, I can't talk you off of the PR overs, either or. I have just struggled with him so much this season. I'm staying off of that one specifically. I can't wait to check back tomorrow and get a better idea. I'm working on something in my back end right now that will actually take box scores, my projections, and grade everything. So eventually I'll be able to see literally exactly how efficient my projections are for each player. And I can't wait to see that because I feel like certain players I'm super dialed in on, and Buzelis is not one of them. I think that's a big part of gambling too, bro. Like, sometimes the best bet you make, your best bet is the bet you don't make. And every once in a while, bro, like, you got to know which teams you just don't have a read on, which teams you do have a read on. Like, you know, obviously I've watched, if the Lakers have played 15 games, I've watched 12 of them. You know, I've got a good read on the Lakers. A lot of Western Conference teams, I've got a better idea on than the Eastern Conference team. So, like, you just got to know, bro. And Chicago's played well. I should probably have a better read on them. I feel like with Giddey, with Vooch, I've got to read, but I just have not been able to stick Buzelis at all. All right, that was my tangent. Jaime Jaquez line's now 19.5. It's because Wiggins is out, so he's going to probably start getting more run. No official opinions from me. Norman Powell, we've bet his overs a lot. This line is inflated with the Wiggins news. Maybe the threes is a look, although the last time I ran his threes was the Knicks game. He scored like 20-some points with no threes, so I digress. What is Chicago in spot-up shooting? I'll go to my model. Chicago, 24th in points allowed, only 8th in three-pointers allowed per game. Catch and shoot, a little worse, 16th. So they're not allowing many pull-ups off the dribble, but Powell is just catching and shooting. I feel like that Knicks game, he started off like 0 for 4 and just quit looking. Let's go look. He only had 7 in his last game versus Golden State, though, so that's obviously not a good sign. Norman Powell, I'm just going to stay completely away from in this game. Pallel Larson, my model leans over. Makes sense. No Wiggins here. Should get some extra run. Pallel Larson. I'm at 13.26 on his points. I do lean under RAs, but the injuries do worry me. Lean over his points. As I said, I'm at about 13. I did see 11.5 in the market this morning. Okay, so it does look like this line has came up a little bit. Probably should have got to it sooner. 11.5, 127 at DK. But, yeah, this line has slowly climbed to 12.5. Probably missed the best of it there. Hoyter threes might be worth a look. I don't know what if his role will be impacted with Kobe White returning. Giddey playing more 2 minutes. I might have nothing. I don't think anything official in this Miami game. Moving on to Pelicans versus Dallas. What's the word with Zion? Cooper Flagg just missed a game. Davis is out. They're trying to trade him. Outside of that, doesn't look like there's anything new. Okay, Zion got 29 minutes in that last game. Interior is fucking awful. Cup game. I think we will be taking a Zion over here. If you're on the website, just go ahead and give yourself a little usage adjustment to 30 and look at that number. I'm running this 110 at MGM, 118 at DraftKings, 04 if you have a bookmaker. There's a 21.5, 143 if you play sleeper. I think you have to parlay all of that. Good Lord Almighty, 21.5 minus 122 at Rivers. Run, fight, steal, do whatever you got to do. I'm just kidding. Don't fight or steal anybody. But you should be running for this line as fast as you can. NBA, Pelicans, Dallas. Player points. Zion, 21.5. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, fuck. Yes. Place bet. Got it. Very, very okay with the 22.5 there at DraftKings, bookmaker. There's a couple different spots you can get that at 21.5 or 22.5. Absolutely love it there as well. Andrew Wiggins, I see now considered day-to-day. I don't think that means he's playing. Shakira, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate all the likes, all the retweets. If y'all are just now tapping in, I appreciate all the engagement recently. Just drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Very much appreciate all of y'all that be tapping in. Let me add this to the And then that's everything I've bet, right? I got Michael Porter Jr. out. Yes, I did. Okay, I saw we had some questions. What impact do cup games have on betting? Do they take it more seriously? I would say yes, they take it more seriously. And then the coaching staffs leave starters in longer just because point differential can matter at the end if you have a tie. So, like, I don't know. I think there's 7 cup games. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. If 2 teams go 4-3, let me use the Lakers and the Clippers as an example. If the Lakers point differential out of all of 7 games was plus 25 and the Clippers point differential was plus 20, the Lakers would get the higher seed. So that's why. Ty, appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet. You trying to get me in trouble with your name there. Those Cole Anthony assist cash first half. Yes, I talked about that in the beginning of stream. Every lean we had yesterday, literally every cashed. Allison, do you like Max Christie's PRs over? Probably going to tell you yes. Okay, it probably is similar to soccer. I'm not tapped into soccer. I don't know anything. I mean, I think the league in America is called the MLS. And I think there was a big guy that played over here for a while. He played in Miami. I don't think it was Messi. It might have been Messi. Like, I don't even know that much. I don't even know that much about soccer. So it very well could be similar to the tournament format. All right, Zion, I bet we can move on from there. D'Lo downgraded. Keep in mind, D'Lo was downgraded. I'd be worried to back him. Have Brandon Williams lines moved? Yeah, they moved from 12 to 14. Boy, I tell you. 12, I would have absolutely smacked that 12. Line's 14.5 now, though. So I think it's probably efficient now, but I do still lean over there. Am I crazy for wanting to run Najee Marshall overs? Gafford's back. What's the other big? I want to run Najee Marshall overs. Anybody have any objections? Derek Lively back, but AD's still out. Gafford's back. AD's still out. He had 25 minutes in each of those joints. Yeah, I mean, he's probably not playing 33 or 47, but the minutes are going to be static, dog. I mean, the board's got to be good, right? I haven't even looked at the model yet because he doesn't start. Oh, there's like fuck for lines up right now too. Okay. There's 2 books open and then neither one of them know what they're doing. So, okay, that makes sense. Why is that line so bad? Because the 2 books that are hanging a line don't know what they're doing. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Dallas. I got to go manually add this. I come in at 6.28 on those boards, though. Let's let some more books open. I'm probably going to be on that Najee Marshall boards open. Hey, Q from Quincy, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets from all y'all. Hey, man, I'm going to just say this. Likes and retweets are free. I could be charging y'all. Appreciate all the engagement. All I'm asking for is a like and a retweet. That's all I'm asking for. Man, I haven't had Cooper Flagg's been steady at that 15 to 18 points. I don't know that we've had a bet on Cooper this season. I really don't know that we've had a bet on Cooper Flagg this season. I lean under. I'm at 15.78 points, so it's not a huge edge. There are some 16.5s out there. I lean PRA under. Can we look at those? I mean, Anthony Davis has missed just about every game. The Pelicans are so bad. I mean, this is ass on ass on ass. Lean under Cooper Flagg PRAs. Let me see. Let me go see a little deeper. Look at Cooper PRAs. Yeah, if you wanted to go smack one of those PRAs, specifically Hard Rock, super off market, 28.5, -0.5 to the under. Absolutely value there. Model leans under. All that being said, I'm not gonna run it. I do lean under, but I'm not gonna run it. Hey Turk, appreciate you tapping in. You're a real one. You've been in here for a long time. Turk date back to last year. All right, moving on from Cooper Flagg, lean under. Najee Marshall, lean PR overs. Max Christie, we specifically had a request on as well. 13.26 points, 2.82 boards, 4.2 rebounds, 2.5 assists. Points over, yes. Rebounds over, yes. Assists under. PR overs would be the way I lean here. $11.5, 122. No, 11.5, 136 at FanDuel, 122 at Rivers, some 12.5s out there. Yeah, I think Max Christie's getting ran. I just don't know if I want to go points or PRs. Hold on. Underdog news, just Underdog NFL, so we're good. Better 527. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. Appreciate all y'all for real. Max Christie, boys, what are we doing? And ladies. I know we got ladies tapped in. I appreciate y'all as well. I know I be saying boys a lot, but everybody, appreciate y'all. I think I just go PRs at 15.5, bet it and forget it. 15.5 PRs, bet it and forget it. FanDuel, best price. If you can get down at Fanatics, it's better. Otherwise, FanDuel -122. We can play over 15.5 PRs. My projections are 13, 17, basically 17.5. We can play 15.5. I think we've got to do it, dog. I think we've got to do it. Am I missing anything? I don't think any of this nonsense is going to mean shit. No, it doesn't. D'Lo now questionable, right? We said that already. We said downgraded. D'Lo, it downgraded to questionable. He's on. I would assume he's on the trade block too. Like in the minutes he's getting, he's looked all right. So hasn't played a game without him this year. Okay, he hasn't missed a game. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna run the PRs over -122 at FanDuel. Keep it rocking. I'm not going to do what I did yesterday and left good plays laying around. NBA Cup. Pelicans Mavericks. It's the Pelicans, dog. It's the Pelicans. You know what? I'm going to take the points at Rivers, but what are the rebounds chances? What are the rebounds chances specifically lately? Why were there none versus Minnesota? I mean, outside of that, the rest of these 10, 11, 8, 10, and 11, I really like him to get 4 there. All right, now I'm taking the PRs. Combos. Points plus rebounds. Out of curiosity. Okay, they do offer a 15 plus, but it's minus 160. I'm good on that. I'll take the 15.5 minus 122. Big slate means big card. Big slate means big card. Well, as long as there's value. I'm not saying I'm forcing, but. Good call on from Allison on the PR overs. Christie 2 threes is a great lay piece. If anybody throwing together a watered down slip, okay, yeah, I definitely would be cool with the 2+ threes as well. I like him to get 3 tonight even. So if you wanted to take a little bit of plus money there, I'm not upset with it. Back to the Pelicans, Dallas. I think that's going to do it for me, though. Max Christie's over. Yes, I like it. All right, let's move on. Minnesota versus Phoenix. What was the spread on this one? I know it was sub 10, but what was it beyond that? Mobley points. I would just wait to see what happens with Jared Allen, Shakir. I don't know what's happening with Allen yet, so I would just wait around and see. The spread in this one is Minnesota is a 4.5-point favorite. Jalen Green probably out still a couple of weeks, if not a month. Grayson Allen still out. Joe Ingles questionable. Jaden McDaniels questionable, which will be huge because he could obviously pull the Devin Booker defense. And if he's not there, Booker's going to have a better game. I would stay away from anything Devin Booker until you found out if Jaden McDaniels is going or not. Let me run through my model and see if there's any interesting looks here. Maybe a Julius Randle over assists. Let me just start with Rudy Gobert. Let me go through my model. Rudy Gobert. Points, no edge. Rebounds, under. Well under. I don't know how I feel about this versus Phoenix, though. Haven't played yet this season. Wow, do I really have Phoenix as 7th in rebounds allowed? Is that what props.cash has as well? 6th in defensive, 8th in – yeah, okay, we're similar. Okay. And what props.cash does is they do versus centers 10th. Okay. Cup game, though. Under 10.5, minus 111 at DraftKings on the Rudy Gobert rebounds. Under 22.5, 125 on the Rudy Gobert PR unders. Looks like DraftKings wants to be at 22.5. They're teetering. Personally, do like the rebound unders better, like 15 versus Washington. I might be able to walk out there and give 15 versus Washington. We're going to go camera off. That glare is getting bad. Damn, boys. Under in the cup games for starters scare me, can't lie. Yeah, you gotta be able to play this like with a full game intention. Gotta be able to play this with full game intention, which I would regardless. I wish there was a little cup thing we could put right there. That would be cool. That would be cool if you had a little cup game filter. All right, I'm gonna stay off Rudy Gobert, lean under his boards. Naz Reid. This could be a little Naz Reid spot. Naz Reid. Let me go look at some shit here. Naz. So I have on my site, Phoenix is 8th in points allowed, 7th in rebounds, 6th in threes. Catch and shoot and post up D are the two spots that they struggle. It's about the only two spots. Good for a player like Naz. Man, I tell you, I really could get behind. Like, what's the 2+ as a lay piece? 208. I like the 3+ even at plus 150 for Naz Reid. Honestly, lean over. Yeah, if they had a filter for the cup games, that would be sick as fuck, dog. That would be sick as fuck. All right, I'm back. Naz Reid's threes is definitely a lean. What are they? What did I say they were? Like 27th in three-pointers allowed? Or is that catch and shoot defense? No, I think they were mid versus the catch and shoot. Not awful. It was post, man. Post, yeah, 27th. They're dog shit versus the post. Do you Prop Finder or Hall of Fame app? Wow, I've never used either of those two. I'm a Props.cash OG, dog. Like I think they launched in 2021. I've been with Props.cash so long. I've been with them since they beta released for free. So I've been with them like 4 years, been an official affiliate for like a year. I mean, the way I got with Props.cash, bro, is I was just grinding, like doing write-ups and tagging them, wasn't even like affiliated with them, just using their pictures and shit. Then last year I reached out and said, yo, I'm about to start doing this stream. You know, can I oh shit, hold on. Oh shit. Hold up. Water went down the wrong hole. Hold on. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Just kidding, we're straight. So yeah, I just been with them for a long time, and honestly, I'm building my own website, trying to what's the words here? Like add some of the things that they don't necessarily. I think they're more of like a hit rate, and not necessarily hit rate though, because you can filter things like field goal attempts, minutes, and things of that nature. But the things they don't have, I'm adding to my site. Pick and roll ball handler data, a lot of more like advanced analytics and less game by game stuff. So I think they're a great product. There's other really good products out there though. I'm not shitting on the other two. Hall of Fame app reached out to me, wanted to do a deal. To be honest, I looked at their app, didn't really like it, but I've heard a lot of people that do. And then Prop Finder, I've never used, but I got buddies that use it and seem to like it. What I will say, Prop Finder has coverage data for the NFL. I've seen that. That's cool. But I've just never really used either of those two apps. Like I said, I looked around Hall of Fame, wasn't necessarily so impressed. And again, that was a while ago, so they may have made adjustments. But, you know, I've been very happy with Props.cash. It does what I need it to. And then if I want to go look up advanced analytics, that's what I got. That's what I have built for. All right, moving on from that, though. Good question. Julius Randle, let's see where the projections come in. 24.12 points, slight lean over, but nothing actionable. Honestly, right with market with just about everything. I do slightly lean under this 5.5 assists. Depth chart with Anthony Edwards. What did I say they are? 8th in assists allowed, though? No, 15th. It's one of the spots that are kind of mediocre. Okay. I lean over Randall's assists here. It would make sense to me. It's just not quite a large enough edge. Jaden McDaniels is questionable. Keep that in mind. What is Minnesota in three-pointers made? Minnesota catch and shoot D 4th. Three-pointers allowed, though, 13th. Catch and shoot D 4th. Three-pointers allowed 13th. I don't like the price at minus 136. Lean over, but don't love it. Williams PR under. Mark Williams. In my heart, I kind of like the rebounds under 9.5 minus 140 better. I kind of like just the rebounds under better, but let me look into it a little bit more. No, I mean, it makes sense. They're really good in the restricted area. I almost feel like I like this more if Jaden McDaniels doesn't go, because then I feel like, speaking specifically to the PRs and not the rebounds, I think if McDaniels plays, we could see Booker pass out of pick and rolls more often, just pass in general more often. Mark Williams, I mean, I like the rebounds under. Points, I'm kind of split, but rebounds, absolutely. I think I just run the boards here and we just keep it moving. One unit on under 9.5 minus 140. I'm not risking a unit, or I am. I'm risking only one unit, not to win a unit here, but I'm betting it. Hold on, let me get this in. Mark Williams under his boards is a go. Not mad at the PR pivot, but I prefer the boards there. Less dependent on Jaden McDaniels, if you ask me. I have to read. I was just in DraftKings this morning. Now I had to redo this whole shit. NBA mystery offer. What you got for me, DraftKings? Friday promotion. 100% profit boost, but max bet is $10. Okay. Mystery boost for football. 20% live boost. That's worthless. Phoenix Suns. Got it in. All right, we move on from Mark Williams. Not really a good spot for threes, so not really a Gillespie spot, not really an O'Neal spot. Model leans under, but coming back from injury, I mean, not a big injury, but he missed a game or two, I believe. I forget if that was an ankle roll or a sickness or what, but cup game, extra motivation. I'd lean under Anthony Edwards. Nothing official to bet on it. Devin Booker, I'd like to wait and see if Jaden McDaniels is playing yet. Dante DiVincenzo, Grayson Allen's out. Dante DiVincenzo, do I have an opinion? Lean under PRAs. With it being a cup game, though, I don't really like it. I think I'm going to stay off of that. So, yeah, we move on from the Minnesota Phoenix. I just put those two together. Huh. All right, Denver versus Houston. Let's see the injury news here. Adams is a game-time decision. Jabari Smith and Aaron Gordon. Okay, going to be hard to approach this game. Obviously, not a lot of lines up yet. I don't think I'm going to touch this game until I have some more injury news clarity. Just really thinking about it. We're just going to wait. I've got no opinions on this game yet. Baby Jokic versus Jokic. Wow. Two really good defenses. Points allowed, number 6 and 5. Assists allowed, number 7 and 6. Rebounds allowed, number 5 and 1. Really, two really good defenses. I wanted to see where my model puts Sengun's boards. 9.95. I'm almost thankful there's not that much of an edge because I'd almost be forced to play it. Difficult matchup. Damn, I do lean under PRs. 34.5 minus 124 at DK. 22, 30. Let's just call that 10. So I'm at 32.73. You could play a 34.5. I lean Gordon's probable. Good looks. I lean under Sengun PRs, but the way he's played recently, I'm afraid to back it. He's played incredibly well. My model leans under. He struggled in the matchup historically, but this is just a game you hope everybody plays and you sit back and you enjoy as a fan, man. Look out for some late ads after we get all the injury news in that game, but nothing official here. Portland versus Golden State, damn. I mean, damn. Draymond, Jimmy, Buddy, questionable. Kuminga, Melton, out. That's your Warriors. Drew, Jeremy, Shaedon Sharpe, Robert Williams III, questionable on the Portland side. Then you've obviously got Dame out, obviously got Scoot out, Thibault been out. I mean, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Yeah. We could definitely do Joker Giddy triple-double. No complaints from me there. Sometimes it's just that easy. Sometimes you don't overthink it. You put two guys on for a triple-double and you smack a plus 1,000. We talked about Giddy already, plus 300. Jokic, you should get around even money. If I bet on someone in this game, it's probably going to be someone that's questionable that I trust the number if they do go. Shaedon Sharpe kind of stands out to me. I feel like I could be on him either way. Model certainly likes the over. I think he either goes or doesn't. I don't think he goes on a minutes restriction. Really good versus pick and roll ball handlers this season, though. Incredible. If Drew and Jeremy both didn't go, it would close great. You got probable on Butler, Green, and Hield? Good. Drew's assist, yeah, you could attack Drew because if he doesn't go, you void. Hey, bro, and we got to say this, though. Steve Kerr is the ultimate manipulator of the injury news lineup nonsense. Like, I don't trust a damn thing Steve Kerr tells me. You know, if Steve Kerr says Steph's starting tomorrow, I might have to question it. I might have to say, why is he telling us that? Is he bringing him off the bench? Like, Steve Kerr is a liar. So I'm just taking his news with a grain of salt, dog. He's a liar. He done got me a time or two. That's how I know this. He done got me a time or two. That's how I know. I almost feel like I'd be comfortable at Denny with or without those guys at that price. He had 26 in the last matchup versus Golden State. That was this season. What was his usage? 28%. I mean, it's a small, you have to get the best price to be at an edge. I lean over Denny Advia's points, but it's so small. Like, you have to be at 24.5, 130 or better. That's like against the market. I can't bet that. So I'll probably leave that as just a lean. Any requests in this game? I'm gonna open it up to that. Do any of you guys have anything specifically you want me to go over? I do see a Drew assist, so I'll go look at the Drew assists. Outside of that, I think I have to wait for injury news. You've got a lot on the Portland side of the ball. You've got Steve Kerr, who definitely could be lying to us. Let's go look at Drew's assists, and I might call it on this game. I definitely lean over Denny PAs. I lean over Shaedon Sharps as well. I do think Denny has the better matchup. Now, that being said, if we get Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharp all in, we very well could play 24.5, 23.5. We've even bet 22.5 overs on Denny this season. So, yeah, I feel like we could wait and get a better number here on Denny. If the Dubs are sitting people clinging boards, good call. Going to be a lot of rebounds to go around. Clinging boards might be another good spot. I think in his last game, he pulled down 9 in the first quarter. Only 8 in the first matchup versus Golden State. Only 21 minutes in that game. Minutes have been up. I'm curious if there were injuries or not injuries. Fouls. 4. I don't know when he got them. 3 in the first half. So I would assume maybe some of that minutes drop was some foul-related stuff. 10.5's up there, though. I was thinking we maybe get a 9.5. 10.5's up there. Maybe. It's a little sketchy one, to be honest. It's a little sketchy one. Let's go to Drew's assists. I would lean over. Did you request the over? I would lean over. Let's dig into it a little bit more. What is my site? So I project him at 887. 12th in assists allowed. Oh, the price is nasty. There's some slow movers, but so, like, you have Rivers at 136 on the 6.5. I think you could play that straight. Maybe reduce risk a little bit. Anything on Kling and PRs? I don't know, Al. I think I would, if you wanted to attack that route, I would go double plus money and keep it moving, really. I would go double plus money and keep it moving if it were Klingon. You got a 10.5 on each. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. If it's a rest spot for Golden State, though, which I understand why everybody's probable now. This is the first home game after that large road stand. Is that correct? I do believe that's correct. I do believe that's correct. Okay. Yeah, so that being said, I do think some of these stars do go. I do think some of these stars do go. I like Drew's assist. The price is just high. You could go 7.5 plus money. If you have to even lay like the 6.5 minus 145 straight, I don't mind that. Or, if that's a little too high for you and you want to put it in a lay, that's fine as well. I do see some value on the 7.5, but I like the 6.5 more personally. Whoever requested the Drew Khalil Ware double. We'll circle back. I'm going to finish the slate and then I can circle back to any other requests for anyone new that popped in. So Drew's assist lean over, not going to make it official. Anything else in this game? Knowing it's they're back, I do lean Draymond or Jimmy for sure goes tonight. So we can lay an under 34.5 PRA for Jimmy. I make it 33. No. I do kind of like slightly lean under points, rebounds, and assists, but I'm not really seeing an edge anywhere. So we're more questionable, I think, on the Portland side of the ball and the injuries. Golden State back home. While they might be tired as shit, so they could sit, but first home game back after like 12 days on the road. Okay. Nothing official there. Lean under Jimmy PRAs. Klingon, I can kind of get behind the double. I could get behind the Klingon double at plus money. Is there a better plus money out there? Yeah. Okay. See, now this is where you're tempting me. At plus 125, kind of. Klingon double at plus 160, 159. Like, now I definitely think that's better than the PRs personally. PRs over in 3 straight. I like the double for the value. Take it or leave it, though. I'm not running either, but I would lean double. We'll circle back to that look tomorrow. Let's move on to the last game. It's an ugly one, but I think we could see like players like Shea get extended, just because of the cup, the importance of the cup. Let's start with Chet. 18.5 is his points line. I make it 22. So let's talk about Chet. Chet overs. Over in 4 of the last 5. And 5 of the last 6. Minutes have been steady. I think minutes will be steady in this one. Let's go talk to – okay, so I have the Jazz. 29th in points, 30th in assists, 30th in threes, 28th versus Rollman, 25th versus Spada. The only thing they're kind of okay at is post defense, like interior post. But that doesn't worry me about Chet. He can score in literally so many different ways. Wonder if Chet's threes would be kind of sneaky here. Price is dog shit. I mean, exchange at 124 is interesting. I like him to hit 2 threes tonight. They really struggle versus spot up. Nurk is not getting out there. Yeah, let me think about this a little more. I think Chet's overs is a look. I know it's a blowout. What books run first half overs? I know it's a cup, but I mean, this one might get really, really ugly. If I opened ESPN tonight and I saw, see like a first quarter, a first half. If I opened up my app and saw that this was a 40-point game, I would not be surprised at all. Where can we get a Chet first quarter points? Does FanDuel have this? FanDuel's at 5.5. Is DraftKings at 4.5? Not that I hate the 5.5. I'm just trying to get to the 4.5. Wow, they're even higher. Josh Giddey over RAs, Buzeles over boards, and I think you mean Jeremiah Fears over 9.5. Okay, I like it. I definitely like the Giddey. We spoke on Buzeles. My projections are over. I just can never I'm never right about him. And then Jeremiah Fears, I don't think we really talked about, but I did run Zion in that game. 4.5 minus 143.65. Okay. Best I'm seeing, I mean, that 5 is plus money at FanDuel. Does Your Way do first quarters? I don't know if Your Way does first quarters. I'm going to go check that. Because I am very interested in this Chet first quarter points over. In game, let's go the first quarter. Yeah, I thought they did have it. Points. You can only do head-to-head in the first. Is that right? Damn, that sucks. All right. Laurie under points. Man, I don't know. I'd be afraid of a Laurie under. I know it's a OKC matchup, but just, I don't know. I like Chet's points, man. I wish I could, or especially first quarter. I really like the first quarter. I just wish the 5.5 is plus money. Eight, 9, and 8 in his last 3. He's playing about 8-9 minutes in the first quarter. He's getting several field goal attempts regularly in the first quarter. I lean over that 5.5. If anyone sees a 4.5 at a good price, holler at me. I'm trying to get that 4.5. I still like the 5.5 though. All right, nothing there. I'm going to move on, but I'm really strong on this. I'm really strong on Chet first quarter points. Honestly, like, is there a market for him to hit 1-3 in the first? I'd be very interested in that. Shea first quarter points, probably around 9 or 10, which makes sense, you know. It's definitely a fair price. I think that line's too high for the minutes he's playing. Maybe he gets extended, but he's coming off the bench anyway, so. He was a wagon for us last year, not so much this year. Nah, I can't play a Laurie under. I actually like his over. Blowout or not, let's go see in losses of 10 or more. Over and all but 1. I thought, did these teams play this year? No, they did not. I thought he played them this year. That would be incorrect. He's playing 30 minutes in every blowout loss but 1. All but Minnesota. He's playing his 32. I might actually have to fade you, brother. I might have to fade you on this one. The only reason I wouldn't bet it now is because FanDuel's trying to go to 23.5. I'm gonna wait. I think FanDuel's about to drop another point, so I'm gonna wait. But if you see Laurie 23.5 on the timeline, you already know. I told you I was just waiting on it. Who was the request? Murray. Denver Murray? There's no Murray in this game, is there? Yeah, you mean Denver Murray. Jamal Murray. Yeah, I got you. Let me finish up the OKC game. Look, I'm betting Lauri's over today. I'm going to keep it 100% honest with y'all. I just need FanDuel. They're 23.5, 130. 24.5, 130 to the under. Fanatics, ESPN. Those are the only two right now at 23.5. I'm waiting for FanDuel or DraftKings to drop. Once they drop, I'll play the over, and I'll be happy with it. Anything else in this game? No, not really. So I am going to open the floor up to any requests. We got already a pretty big card. AJ Mitchell's over might be a decent look. Got a pretty decent sized card. Any requests we'll go through now. Khalil Ware double-double. Then we'll get Murray, RAs. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. We talked about Klingon. Drew's assist we talk about. So yeah, just 2 requests so far. If you guys have any others, feel free to throw them in the requests now. We'll get through them and get through the board. Where? Is there a chance he starts today without Wiggins? They go double big versus Indy? No. I mean, honestly, I think Bam could guard Pascal, but I don't know. I think he starts. The line doesn't make sense to me. I don't think they're. Yeah, no. I think he can get a double-double. I just don't like the price. I don't like the even money price, so I'm cool off of it. I think he can get it, but the price just feels like low to me. All right. Emmanuel quickly over 3.5 first quarters, and then we got Murray first. Murray. RA or rebounds. Let me go to my model now. Denver. Jamal Murray, rebounds. Okay, so my model leans over. I'm at 4.29. Looks good. I mean, over 9 of 13 this season. Houston, I think, does rebound the ball quite well. Rebounds allowed. I have them allowing the fewest. Let's go to props.cash and see what they are to guards. So they're going to be at the bottom. Very low versus guards as well. And we've talked about this. They've definitely improved. If you remember, beginning of the season, they were like very middle of the pack at best in terms of assists allowed per game. And I kept mentioning how that was a stark difference from last year. Well, they are climbing their way back into one of the fewest assists allowed per games teams. So while I have a lean over to Jamal Murray's points, I'm going to leave it at just a lean. Nothing official there. I do want to circle back to Benedict Mathurin one more time. FanDuel has moved to 20.5. Juice to the over. Actually, I don't know if it gets any better, so I think we just go. 20.5, 120. I don't think it gets any better. Oh, in quickly. Oh, yeah, versus Washington, terrible pick-and-roll ball handlers. They'll play massive drop. You said there's a 3.5 out there? Is that what I read? Yeah. Not mad at that. Wizards are terrible versus pick-and-roll ball handlers. They play a massive drop. I could easily see a 3 and a layup, a 3 and a free throw, 2 layups. You know, Manuel Quickly's over looks safe to me. Manuel Quickly's over looks safe to me. Let's circle back to Benedict Mathurin one more time. Yo, is his first quarter points at 3.5? His minutes have been more sporadic, and I don't think there was any fouls. No, there was no. Oh, wait, that wasn't fouls. One foul. Yeah, it was not foul related. Second game back from injury. Now, he still played 32, 34. That's very encouraging for tonight. I think he gets big minutes tonight. 34 might have been his minute limit. You know, the training staff said 34 is the max. He might get 36 tonight. Off a day's rest. Indy, Cleveland, Benedict, Mathurin. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like on the post. Vic, appreciate you tapping in. Hold on. NBA underdog. Oh, okay. Just some bullshit Lakers advisory stuff. Benedict Mathurin overs. Am I running it? Do I run it? Not. Benedict Mathurin, 20.5. I don't think it gets better than this. 20.5, 120. If you have an ESPN bet, you can get 20.5, 110. I know it's Cleveland. They defend well. I get it. And then tell me he had 36 versus OKC. Okay. Oh, shit. Wrong button. Share screen. I completely. 1 second. Wrong button. I think I am going to run Benedict Mathurin, though, and then call it a show, boys. I think I want to run Benny, and then I'm good. 20.5. It's not getting any better. Can we go look at some recent games versus? Power had 27 and then 33 versus them. CJ McCollum had 25. Quentin Grimes, 27. I'd assume there was a lot of threes made in those games, which the reason I'm not attacking threes made is the price, because I do like him for 2+. We talked about Mobley PRA unders. You got to wait until Jared Allen's news comes out, because if Allen does not go, I don't like it. I think someone may have mentioned Allen is probable, but I think you got to wait for the Allen news. I've spent too much time on this for it. I've now come to the conclusion I would be more upset if I didn't bet it and it cashed than if I didn't bet it, than if I did bet it and it missed. So I'm playing it at FanDuel. Massive card. Okay, I do think that's going to end it, though. Mobley, as I said, you're going to have to wait until the injury news comes out. Any other requests? If not, I will get out of here. We're about an hour and 45 minutes deep today. Massive slate, though, so honestly what I was expecting. No quickly 3 threes. Versus Washington in a cup game. I could get behind it. It's a little juicy, but I could get behind it. You could also that's a crazy price for 2+. I was going to say you could go 2+ in a leg, find a little 2-leg or 3-leg. You could add this to something that's like minus 200, get yourself close to even money. But yeah, I would lean over. $130s, $132s out there, $138s out there. I would lean over Quickly's threes. I would lean over. I know it's the cup game, but I mean, honestly, if you told me this one was 40 by the end of the third too, I don't know if I'd question it. They want to call it. We got a pretty decent sized card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays. Now it was a 10-game slate. Maybe even an 11-game slate. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About one per game is honestly almost average. So just a larger slate. Let me recap everything real quick. Everything is to win 1 unit except for Mark Williams under 9.5 rebounds. That was just to risk 1 unit. We're also on Pascal under 10.5 RAs. Andrew Nembhard under 9.5 RAs. Jared Allen under 23.5 PRs. Michael Porter Jr. over 22.5 points. Zion Williamson over 21.5 points. 22.5 is good there. Max Christie over 15.5 PRs. Mark Williams under 9.5 rebounds. And then obviously Benedict Mathurin over 20.5 points that we just played. If you haven't already, man, drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. Appreciate all the engagement recently. Best of luck today. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.